It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
Everything we do is in search of more go. If it can withstand 0 degrees, can it go negative 20? If it can run through 5 inches of water per hour, can it go to 6? We go. So it goes. So you can go. It's hard to...
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another award-winning edition of the Locker Room Chat. My name is John Williams, and I'm joined by my co-host on the end, Walter Stair. And our guests tonight are the Anderson County Lady Maverick soccer team. And we got head coach Chris Curtin here with us. And Chris, thank you for being here. And
thank you for having us.
You're welcome, and congratulations on another good season.
Thank you.
District championship, region runner-up, and advanced to the sub-state or the state sectionals.
Right. Yeah, we had a good run, had a good team this year, and it was exciting to make another run at it.
Mm-hmm. Walter?
Tell us about how the season went, who you had to defeat, and how things came about that you had such a great season.
Sure. So we've continued to build our program year over year, and that's paid dividends for us, obviously. We've got a continuity of leadership each year. We start the season with a returning captain from the year prior, and that just kind of sets the pace for us going into the season. In our district this year, our district consisted of us, Clinton, Kingston, and Scott County, and so we had to first do well enough in our district to advance, and we were fortunate enough we went 4-0 in district play, and advanced on into the regional tournament, and there we played Cumberland County in the first round and beat them 3-1, and then went to Livingston Academy for the regional championship. We lost down there, but because the top 2 teams advanced, then we still were able to go on and compete at the sectional, the sub-state, and there we played East Hamilton, and they were also a good team, and took us out 3-0 there. So.
Well, I know you have to be disappointed. Didn't get to advance to the state. I know last year, pretty much the same thing. You advanced to the sectionals. You were at home last year and lost a shootout, wasn't it?
Yeah, we went double overtime and then into PKs last year. So we've had that happen 2 of the last 3 times that we've been to sub-state. We've been to sub-state 3 of the last 4 years.
Mm-hmm. This is your 7th year as a head coach of the Anderson County Lady Maverick soccer team, and you brought a good mixture of young ladies with you here tonight. So let's go ahead and meet them. Hey, girls, if you would, go ahead and introduce yourself and tell everyone what grade you're in and what position you play.
I'm Caroline Sperling, and I'm a senior, and I play center defender.
I'm Renee Wilson. I'm a junior, and I'm also a center defender.
I'm Zoe, and I'm in 10th grade, and I'm a midfielder.
I'm Megan. I'm in 9th grade, and I'm a winger.
I'm Emma. I'm in 10th grade, and I play center forward.
I'm Emily. I'm a goalkeeper, and I'm in 10th grade.
I'm Victoria. I'm a senior this year, 12th grade, and I'll play midfield or forward sometimes.
All right, girls, thank you for being here, and congratulations on the season. I know you wanted to advance to the state tournament and play for a state championship, but besides that, you had a really good season, won the district championship, and just came up a little short. And Victoria, if you would, you're a senior. Just go ahead and talk about the season.
Oh, this year we had a pretty rowdy group, and I love every single one of them. I got to be elected as one of the captains this year, and we put up a hard fight to the end, and I'm really proud of us.
Let's go down to Caroline. Caroline is the other senior with us here tonight, and Caroline, if you would also just elaborate on your senior season.
My senior season was pretty amazing. A huge thank you to everyone that was able to make that happen. The boosters, the parents, my teammates, my school, everyone that put so much effort to it, my coaches. They were the ones who made my senior season as amazing as it was.
All right, girls, we'll be back to chat with you here in a little bit. Coach, just a great group of girls you got there. You got freshmen, sophomores, juniors, seniors there, too. Seniors. Did you have any more seniors this year?
We did. We had another senior, Halen Willis. She wasn't able to be with us here tonight, but she was our third senior.
That's pretty impressive. Advance to the, as far as you did, a few seniors. Looks like you got a pretty good future.
We do. We had a lot of younger players this year. So I think we had 6 total freshmen. We had 4 sophomores, and then 3 juniors and 3 seniors. Mm-hmm. And so really pleased with the way that everybody stepped up to make it. It was kind of tough to tell that we were a young team, really, because the level of play was really good across all the grade levels. So.
Mm-hmm. I know I talked to you before the season. You was really excited with the youth on your team and how much they were going to help you this year, and it's great to have those girls coming back. I know you're going to miss your seniors.
Absolutely, always miss them. Always excited to see what they do next, and how they leave their mark on the world. And I know that they'll come back and visit when they can, and they'll drive by when the girls are running the hill and honk and wish that they were out there. So.
Right, and our phone lines are open. If you have a question or a comment for Coach Chris Curtin or some of his players he's brought with him tonight, you can see the phone numbers there at the bottom of the screen, so give us a call. Walter, I know you got some questions for Coach. I know the girls talked about what position they played, and you're sort of interested in knowing what some of the positions are, and I am as well.
Yeah, how many positions do you have as far as soccer is concerned? And I know as far as your conditioning, you have to be probably in better condition than basketball and football in some respects, because you're running literally just continuously.
Well, I've never coached basketball or football, so I won't comment to their conditioning, but our conditioning's pretty rigorous. We spend most of the summer getting a lot of running in, doing some hill work for speed and things like that. And relative to the positions, typically we'll kind of have 3. We think about it in 3 lines. So you'll have a defensive line, midfield line, and then an attacking line, and that can play out in a variety of different formations, but those are kind of the 3 general areas. So you'll have players will say, I'm a midfielder. Well, they might be a wing, or they might be a middle of the field player, or an attacking midfielder, or a defending midfielder, and things like that. So.
And also some other questions that I heard about. What formation do you generally play, or how does that come about, formation?
Yeah, so really you build your formation based on the team that you have, the people that you have, and so that can change from season to season. We will frequently play with 4 defenders plus a goalkeeper in the back, and then kind of build up from there. And so whether that's 3 midfielders and 3 attacking players, or 4 midfielders and 2 attacking players, or even 5 and 1, it really just kind of depends on the people that you've got. This year we played a combination of like a 4-3-3, so 4 in the back, 3 in the middle, 3 up top, or 4-4-2, where we would have 4 midfielders and 2 attackers, where your outside players will transition into the attack and then back into the defense as well.
And how do you get how do girls in a ball game, when they can get winded, and I know you can call timeouts at different points in time, but I mean they are moving continuously.
They are moving continuously, so we don't get like we're not able to just stop the time. If the ball goes out of bounds and it's our possession, if the other team knocks the ball out of bounds, then it's our throw in. Then we can make a substitution at that time. Okay. But yeah, they do. It's continuous motion.
Yeah, those girls are in shape. I saw them play one of the games this year. I think it was one of the tournament games, and it was all over the place. So have to be in shape, no question about it. But, we got some calls coming in, so let's take these calls. The locker room chat, you're on the air.
Hey, John, it's your favorite AD.
It's my favorite favorite ADGT. What's up, Coach?
Hey, I just want to call in and congratulate Coach Curtin and his team again on another outstanding season. They continue to do it each year, and Chris does a great job with them. Talk about graduating seniors and those types of things, and each year we do that. Each year, you wonder each year, are they going to be able to come back and do it again next year? And Coach Curtin gets his guys ready and his girls ready to come out there, and they go out there and do it again. And region championships, they're up to play for those each year. Everybody wants to win a state championship, but we're sure proud of those girls, and they keep bringing home the district and the region championships. They're going to bust through and get that state championship soon. But Chris will tell you, we had to open up a new trophy case at the school there because the soccer program is filling it up quick.
Coach Terry, I thought that was probably you calling in. I appreciate you calling in, and certainly Coach Curtin has done an outstanding job with the Lady Maverick soccer program, and I know you're proud of him. And what do you think about the future of this soccer program? I know pretty much Anderson County has a pretty solid all-around program, sports program. Baseball team advanced to the sub-state. Football team's undefeated. Basketball team is looking real promising this year. Got a new coach on board with Coach Jeffers, and a lot of players back. And just pretty much all the sports, track, cross country, it's pretty remarkable programs you have there at Anderson County.
Yeah, it's really hitting on all cylinders and has done that for quite a while. I'm proud to be associated with it, proud to be part of it, proud to lead it. Got some great coaches, got great kids, got great parent and community support, and all those things put in a bowl together and blended together, they end up with championships, and that's what we're doing up there right now. And we've got great community support. We got great support from the school, our school administration, our coaches, our kids. They're all bought into the same mission, and it's the standard right now is to go out and compete for championships, and that's what they're doing.
Certainly are. That's where you want to be, competing for championships, and just want to congratulate you on your...
The girls program, the soccer program, it's growing like crazy and continues to get bigger and better every year. Chris does a great job promoting it with the social media edits that he makes, the videos he makes, the parent support that he makes. We're looking to add a soccer dressing facility to our facility up there, our stadium facility, so those girls have a place to call their own, and that they should have that. They've earned that, and it's in the works, and we're hoping to get that done soon. So just some real big stuff happening for girls soccer and for all our girls sports up at Anderson County High School right now. They're doing a really, really great job, and I couldn't be more proud of them.
Coach Curtin?
Well, thanks a lot, Coach Terry. It's the support that we've got from, like you said, from the players to the community to the parents to the administration and yourself and the other coaches even. It really does feel like one team of athletics. You got players will come up to other coaches and congratulate them on their successes and congratulate other players, and that's a special place to be there at Anderson County, and that culture of winning, but also of supporting each other is something that I think is just awesome to be a part of.
Coach Terry?
John, I got to meet your brother today.
You got to meet my brother today.
John, I got to meet his brother today at the cross country, our cross country team.
You got to meet Steve, did you? Uh-huh.
Yeah. He was there covering the cross country region championships, which we finished second in the boys and second in the girls. So both our teams are headed to Hendersonville next week for the state championship in cross country. So that's another feather in our cap. Another great job by Derek Wallace, our cross country coach, as he takes our girls and boys cross country team. Caroline Sperling, who actually played a season of soccer, went in and ran today with the cross country team, and she was part of the finishing group that's going to go compete for a state championship. So kudos to her, and there again, great job conditioning for the girls soccer team, because she went right out there and competed with the other girls for a region championship today, and is headed to Hendersonville next week.
Well, that's outstanding. I talked to Coach Wallace the other day, and he was talking to one of the other coaches, and talked like they may be a little short on some runners, but looks like Caroline may have filled in.
Yeah, certainly did. And like I said, it's just been a lot of fun to watch.
She had,
like I said,
all year across country, and she ran today, huh?
Yeah, she finished soccer, I guess, last week, and went right into cross country this week, and finished in the top there, then qualified, and she's going to get to go to the state in that. So just great job. She's a great competitor, Caroline Sperling is, so she's going to get to go do that next week.
I'm glad you got to meet my brother.
Me too.
He does a great job, sports writer, been covering the high school sports for over 50 years, and so I know he really enjoys it, and I know he has enjoyed meeting you today, I'm sure.
Yeah. Y'all do a great job. I'll send you a new jersey down there to hang behind you down there. I noticed I'm missing one. I'll send you a new one down there.
We also lost your helmet, too. We need another helmet.
Yeah, I've got an update. We've got an updated Chrome version for you we may send down there.
The Chrome one?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd like to have one of those Chrome ones. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Coach Terry, we thank you for calling in.
Appreciate your time. Congratulations, Coach Chris. Y'all keep doing your thing. Guys, I appreciate your show and promoting our school and our kids. Thanks so much.
All right, well, thank you, and thank you for watching. And, wow, that's pretty impressive. One of your captains, Caroline Sperling, competing in cross country today. Going to go to state.
Yep.
Quite the athlete. Huh.
Yep, she is. We've got a good group of athletes that are well-rounded and involved in lots of different aspects of their schools. So got some basketball players and just some tennis players and a little bit of everything. A lot of the girls do multiple things. So.
All righty. We're going to go ahead and take our first break of the night. And we got another call. Okay, we got another call. We don't want to leave them hanging. Thank you, Chandler. Go ahead. Caller, you're on the locker room chat.
Yes, I had a question for the Ghost. I believe her name might be Emily.
And for who?
The goalkeeper.
The goalkeeper, okay. Who's the goalkeeper? Which one?
Emily.
Emily? Okay, what's the question you have for Emily?
Well, I was just curious. There's a lot of times the game is on the line, and they get like penalty kicks. And I didn't know how she would keep. What do you put through your mind to keep calm to try to block that kick?
Can you hear him, Emily?
Hear that question, Emily?
So he's asking about penalty kicks. When you're faced with a penalty kick, what is it that you do to mentally kind of set yourself up for success there?
Well, for me, number one, I have the kind of thing where I have to clap my hands, and it's just like something for me that's always like a thing I've always done. And a big part of penalty kicks for goalkeeper is watching the person who's taking it. And a big part of that is watching their hips when they go to take the shot, their eyes on where they're looking. Sometimes it's very hard because more advanced, experienced players, they'll look at the corner that they actually are going to shoot in to try to throw you off. And it's a big mental game. But definitely, I watch their hips, how much way they're facing, their plant foot. It's a very mental, and it's so quick. It's an extreme, like in the moment, just got to make a decision. It's not to the keeper's advantage at all.
Have any more questions, caller?
No, that's all I had. I appreciate it. Go Mavs.
All righty. Thank you for calling in.
Thanks a bunch. Go Mavs.
Coach, talk about is that what they call that when after you play overtime and it's still tied and they call it penalty kicks?
Well, then they technically call it kicks from the mark. It is still the same spot and the same procedure as a penalty kick, except for on when it's an overtime deciding thing. After you've gone through 2 10-minute overtimes, at least in those regional and sub-state games, after you've gone through the 2 10-minute overtimes, then if you're still tied, then you go to kicks from the mark. And they're not a penalty kick because no penalty has happened, but they're also it's a dead ball. Once a player strikes it, it either goes in the net or it doesn't, and they don't get a second chance. Whereas with a penalty kick, if the goalkeeper parries it away or down or whatever, then she could potentially be shot on again, where it's a live ball still.
Right. I think that's one of the most exciting parts of the soccer, I guess, when it goes into after past overtime, sort of like, kicks on the mark. You're talking about get five kicks, and whoever gets the most. I think that's pretty exciting and
it's nerve-wracking.
Nerve-wracking, yeah.
I don't know about exciting.
Yeah, that's the word, nerve-wracking.
It's nerve-wracking, and frankly, it's the second worst way I've ever seen a soccer game ended or decided. We used to go through 10-minute or go through these overtime periods, and then when that was up, they'd just flip a coin, and you'd have a game that would be decided. You'd have two teams that had played for 100 minutes, put everything they had into it, and get decided by a coin toss. And so I'm glad we don't do that anymore. But I'd like to see the game innovate or evolve a little bit and go into a situation where maybe instead of penalty kicks, we say, well, there's 11 players on the field. We're going to play for 5 minutes with only 8 players on the field, and then 7 players on the field, and then something like that. Something other than the penalty kicks, because it's just it's not naturally the way that the game's played.
Exactly. I see what you're saying there. Has decided more on the length of the field instead of just shots on goal.
Right.
All right, we're going to take a break. Be right back with head coach Chris Curtin, Anderson County Lady Maverick Soccer. We're going to meet these young ladies a little bit more, so stick around. You're watching the Locker Room Chat.
Football is back, and OAB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OAB Law will come to your defense. Call OAB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
I'm Amanda, one of the RN shift leaders at Rome Medical Center. I love the sense of community that we have here. It's unlike anything I've ever experienced, and that's why I choose Rome Medical Center.
I choose Rome Medical Center because this is where my heart is. My family and friends use Rome Medical Center, and I want everyone that comes through our doors to have an experience that makes them as proud of Rome Medical Center as I am.
Find out why Rome Medical Center is the best choice for your future in healthcare. Learn more at ronemedicalcenter.com.
There's a lot of talk about the risks associated with the COVID-19 vaccine, but the reality is it's safer than being tackled by a Tennessee Titan. Give it a shot. Find a free vaccine appointment today at covid19.tn.gov.
Earl Duff Pre-Owned Center in Harriman is East Tennessee's best choice for pre-owned vehicle sales and service. Earl Duff is a name you know and trust, and we have been meeting the automotive needs of Roane and surrounding counties for over 49 years. Shopping with us is easy, and we treat our customers like family. From sales to finance to service, we're your one-stop shop for everything automotive. Don't settle for less with your next pre-owned vehicle purchase. Come to Earl Duff Pre-Owned Center in Harriman or online at duffpreowned.com.
I am Dr. Jan Hahn, and I am running for House District Seat 32. I am a fiscal conservative and a social moderate. You don't take money from people who don't have it, and you don't spend money that you don't have. No government can tell me what I can or cannot do in the privacy of my home. We face common problems and must solve them together. I am a fresh face with new ideas and a different way.
We treat you like family at RMG. Bring your junk, cars, aluminum cans. We'll buy it on the spot and we'll pay you a lot. We treat you like family at RMG. Yeah, we treat you like family at RMG. We treat you like family.
Rome Metals is located just off of Highway 27 between Harriman and Rockwood.
Football is back, and OAB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OAB Law will come to your defense. Call OAB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
Welcome back in the locker room chat. As you saw in some of the commercials, the OEB Law game of the week this week will be Oliver Springs at Midway, Walter, and I know both teams took it on the chin last week. I know Oliver Springs did. Midway as well. So should be a good game there at Midway. I think the playoffs are set for that region. I think Oliver Springs is locked into the second spot with Coalfield on top, and Oakdale and Greenback's going to play for third and fourth this week.
But they Oliver Springs and Oakdale probably want to get, Midway want to get a win in, that's for sure.
Certainly, yeah.
Oliver Springs, losing 57-0 to Coalfield, but Coalfield's definitely the king of the region, so.
Right, so tune into that Friday night OEB Law game of the week on Channel 12. So, all right, we're visiting with head coach Chris Curtin, Anderson County Lady Mavericks soccer. So, let's switch back over to these young ladies here, and let's go with. Let's see, Caroline's got the mic down there. Caroline, congratulations today, qualifying for the state in cross country.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Have you ever ran cross country before?
I ran my freshman and my sophomore year, but I probably haven't ran a 5K since at least a year.
Well, congratulations. How did it go today, running that?
It was hard. I'm not even gonna lie. It was really hard. My body was not trained for it. Even though I run around a lot in the field, I was not used to that consecutive running. It's really hard mentally, more than anything. But it was good. It was good. I didn't miss it though. That's for sure.
How long did you have to run? How many miles is it?
It was a 5K, so 3.1 miles.
3.1. And what did you run that in?
25:19.
25:19. So that soccer helped you out, I guess, in shape a little bit.
Yes, it definitely kept me in good shape.
And what position do you play?
On the field, I'm a center defender.
Center defender, okay.
Yes,
so you pretty much stay on the defensive end, right?
Pretty much, but sometimes I'll get a chance to play midfield, which is my favorite position. So if Chris lets me, sometimes I'll get to play midfield, and I love playing midfield, and that's a lot more movement.
Mm-hmm. Caroline, you're a senior captain, and what's some of the memories you're going to take away from playing at Anderson County and going to school there?
One of the biggest things about my school is the support and all the spirit. One of the biggest things I'll take away is my junior year at Sub-State. It was pretty amazing. And my senior year, we had a lot of freshmen this year, and I loved all of the freshmen. So.
So what's your plans after graduation?
After graduation, I want to attend James Madison University to get my undergraduate in nursing, and then I want to go to law school because I want to be a health attorney.
Walter?
That's some lofty goals right there. Two different things and putting them together. That's quite amazing. I know you talked about being in soccer and running cross country. That had to be an amazing thing after you hadn't done it in a year or two to just step right in. That shows a lot of determination.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And the fact that you were already in shape just put you right in there for over, 3.1 miles, you say?
Yes.
That's quite impressive.
Thank you.
And Caroline, if you would, just talk about Coach Curtin. What's it like playing for Coach?
It was. I played for him I've known him for a long time, and he's been my coach since 5th grade, and he's always been super inspiring to me, and it's always, for me, with a lot of my sports, cross country and soccer included, it's more challenging for me than it is physically. So sometimes in soccer, if I make a mistake, I'll get in my own head and I'll get super down on myself. And Chris has always been the one to help me push mentally past those situations so I can be a better player.
Coach Curtin, I know you're going to miss Caroline. Let's talk a little bit about her.
Caroline's definitely a special player. Like she said, I started coaching her when she was in the 5th grade, and so to watch her continue to grow both as a player on the field and off the player as a student and a member of our community, she just does great things. She does a lot of work with the local animal shelter, and she works at a nursing home now as well for school, and just, again, a really good citizen of our community. She's like she said about the freshmen, she's taken on like a very motherly role towards the freshmen, and brought them in and made them feel welcome as a part of the family. And so I really attribute a lot of the positive experiences that our team has had to that type of leadership and that type of guidance and mentoring, and that's come from Caroline and others like her who have really welcomed those new players to the team.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go down to the other senior here, Victoria Laster. And Victoria, let's talk about some of the memories you're going to take away for playing soccer at Anderson County and just going to school there.
Being at AC and playing soccer is honestly one of my passions. Like, I take great honor in playing soccer here, and I just love the sport. One memory I'll never forget is Lee Camp this season, and I'm not going to go into detail, but it was fantastic. I had a great time, but I'm gonna miss them. I plan to keep playing in college, though, so it's not the end of my soccer career, but yeah.
All right, that was my next question. Was you planning on playing in college? And so what schools are you looking at there?
Johnson University is where I have my eye right now. Mm-hmm. Some of my past teammates have been there, and their girls' soccer coach knows me by name, and he gives me a hug, and I kind of feel at home there. And Johnson colors are also same as AC's colors, so kind of not bad transition of my wardrobe.
Right. And when I watched you play, you're real aggressive out there on the field, and just physical. And so you play what position again?
Midfield.
Midfielder. So
yeah.
you get a chance to play a little offense too. You just played a little both.
Yeah.
Did you get any goals this year?
Yeah, I had some. Usually I assist Emma, but yeah, I had a few goals this season.
Okay. You play any other sports?
I plan on playing tennis this year. I used to run cross country, but not this year, not my senior year.
What would you like to do in college? What kind of degree are you going to pursue? If you haven't made a decision yet.
It's kind of in the air still, but I wanted to be a part of like the medical field and like help people. I just know I want to help people. So.
What's one word you would use to describe Coach Curtin?
Unique.
Let's talk about playing for him.
Well, same as Caroline, I've known him. He's been my coach since like 5th grade. One of a kind. Like I wouldn't ask for any other coach. He's fantastic.
Coach Curtin, talk a little bit about Victoria, one of your seniors. I know you're going to miss her as well.
I certainly will. Victoria is another one that holds a special place in my heart. They all do. She's somebody that's just got a special energy to her, and when you see her step onto the field, she just she takes that energy and transforms it into an athleticism that you just don't see very often. She's constantly 100% and is able to light a room with her smile, and so that energy that she brings is really contagious and helps to motivate the rest of the team to work hard. If you're ever wondering whether or not you're the hardest working player on the field, you can usually look towards Victoria and get a good gauge for what you need to be doing. So she's just like I said, consistently working hard and doing it all over the field. So yes, she's a midfielder, but she's frequently up high on the pitch, and just as many times she's working back to help out on defense. And so just unbelievable work ethic and just a special player for sure.
Displays a lot of toughness, don't she?
She does. Yeah, she really does.
Walter, got any questions for Victoria?
Yeah, what's the most important thing to you as a soccer player this year?
Could you say that one more time?
What's been the most important thing to you as a soccer player this year?
Honestly, just like being connected as a team, or like personal relationships, and like it'll really show on the field if we have a personal connection with each other, and I think that's most important.
Well, they've pretty much outlined this, but what have you felt has been your role on the team this year?
Maybe like the encouraging one, like I encourage everybody a lot, or I'll be the comedy relief. But yeah, either one of those.
Okay.
Victoria, do y'all have who's your vocal leader of the team?
Well, usually when we have a coin flip, Caroline usually calls it out, and we won like almost every time at an away game. Yeah, but last coin flip we weren't so lucky. Chris said it was a sign, but
it may have been.
You say you keep the team loose?
Yeah, kind of just like chill out, like play simple. I try to remind us, but it's hard to keep us all together when we're like frantic or anything.
Well, let's go down to Emma Leander. I know she's got quite the soccer background. I know her father was head coach at Clinton at one time. She has a sister that plays at Clinton now, so I know Emma is an offensive force, right, Coach?
She really is. Our leading goal scorer, and just
a sophomore.
She is.
Yeah.
She is. So we're excited to have her back. Came on last year and was strong in the attack last year as well, and so she can tell us a little bit about her season. But she, during our district tournament, she, we kind of limited her play a little bit to make sure that she was healthy and that we got people in that we wanted to get in and all that kind of stuff. But she was able, able to get in and really help us get where we needed to be to secure that kind of solid footing. So during our district tournament, for every 8 minutes that she was on the field, she had 1 goal and 1 assist. And so to do that every 8 minutes, average across two games, that's something pretty impressive.
Now, Emma, how many goals did you have this year?
22.
22 goals. Wow. Is that a record in Anderson County? They were close.
I'm not sure, honestly. I'm not sure.
That's a question for Coach Terry, ain't it? That's quite a accomplishment, 22 goals. And what do you credit your scoring prowess to? You've been playing a long time, I imagine.
Yeah. Victoria this year has given me amazing balls. Definitely has helped me score. And so has Zoe. Zoe helps me a lot. Chris has taught me a lot too, as well as my dad. This team, the way that we all work together, I think it's not just me scoring. I think it's the whole team. Like, we all work together to get to that point.
Mm-hmm. And I was going to ask you, you told me before the show you hurt your hamstring.
Yeah, it's nothing big. It's just kind of...
You hurt it during one of the matches?
Very last game.
Was that East Hamilton? Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Did you have to leave the game or stay in or just...
It was in the last 2 minutes, so it didn't really matter too much.
Right. Walter?
So you're, a sophomore, and you've apparently got already a tremendous background in soccer. You've even got 2 more years left. And so how long have you been playing soccer? Since you were quite young or what?
Yeah, since as long as I can remember. When I was a baby, my dad was coaching, and we'd be out on the soccer field watching his games and stuff. So, my whole life, pretty much.
So you're probably quick as a cat running, that's for sure.
A little bit.
Do you have any other hobbies? What's your hobbies when you're not playing soccer?
I like horses.
Like horses? Okay.
Really like horses. I like dancing a lot. And I also really like, let's see here. I like running. I used to run a lot, too. Mm-hmm. All those things.
And what's it like playing for Coach Kurt?
It has been my favorite season of soccer I've ever played in my entire life. These past 2 years, I just love the environment that Chris creates with the team. I enjoy playing for Chris a lot.
Mm-hmm. Coach, you got Emma back for 2 more years. I know you feel pretty good about that.
Definitely do. Yeah, and like she said, it's really a team thing, and Emma's always taken her. She'll be wildly successful, but she always is grateful for every role that everybody on the team played in helping to create those successes, and so. Yeah, it's exciting to know that she'll be back again and to see all of our young players continuing to come back. That's what makes us a program.
Okay. Let's go down to Renee Wilson, a junior. Renee was here on the show last year. I know you talked about earlier in the show she'll be coming back next year, one of your captains, and talk a little bit about Renee.
Sure. So each year what we'll do is we'll have a junior captain and then 2 senior captains. The senior captains, so on day one of the season, the junior captain from the year prior is automatically the senior captain. So we've got that continuity of leadership. And then at the end of the summer, then we'll elect one other senior and then a new junior captain. And so this year, Renee was our junior captain. Caroline was our returning senior captain. And so she'll be our senior captain coming back next year, and that's exciting. It's always interesting to watch as players move into leadership positions, and kind of the way that they grow, both as an individual and then as a member of the team, and then in a third dimension as that leader. And so that's always an exciting process to kind of see, and it's been fun to watch Renee do that this season. I'm excited to see how she continues to grow next year. She's the same age as my son, and so I've known Renee since she was little, like kindergarten little. And so it's just special to have the opportunity to coach her, and I'm excited to be able to do that again next year.
Renee, you looking forward to that responsibility next year after losing Victoria and Caroline and another senior,
Halen.
I'm definitely excited, but I definitely have some big shoes to fill in. Our senior captains really went above and beyond this year.
And what position did you play again?
I'm a center defender with Caroline.
Center defender, okay. So yeah, y'all make quite the pair. I'm sure you will miss her. And what's some of your hobbies off the soccer pitch?
My little brother plays baseball, so most of the time if we're not at the soccer field, we're at the baseball field. It occupies a lot of our time.
And do you play any other sports?
Just soccer.
Walter?
I guess what is the criteria? I was going to ask the coach the criteria that you have to go about to decide to pick your captains.
So essentially, we start at their junior year. They're eligible to become a captain as a junior or senior, and then there are a number of things that I ask them to look at. So it's their before they can, and that's before they consider, or it's in considering whether or not they would like to be considered for the role of captain. And so it's their academics, it's their athletics, it's their role as a citizen in our community, just all the different things. And then after that, then we put it to a vote, and it's a blind vote, so the girls don't know who votes for who, and I don't know who votes for who. I just get, I can count up the votes, and so once essentially I'll ask the juniors and seniors like who's interested in being considered for being captain, and then the next thing that they have to do is if they say, yes, I'd like to be considered as a captain, then they also have to kind of come up with a little speech and give that to the team and tell the team why they would like to be captain. And so and that gives the team a chance to kind of get to know what it is that they can expect from them as a leader, and why it is that they're interested in that leadership role.
And after next year, if everything works out for you, you're thinking about possibly playing in college soccer?
I will not, because I'm not going to a traditional college. I'm going to go to post-secondary school for cosmetology.
Okay.
And Renee, what's one word you would use to describe Coach Kurt?
Probably dedicated.
Dedicated. And what are some of the things you plan on doing for your senior year for the team as a captain?
I really want to see us grow as a team. I know this year we're so close this year. It's probably the closest we've been out of the 3 years I've been with us. So I just want to make sure that we keep a really good connection on and off the field, and I want to see us go all the way to state next year.
And what would you say was your favorite subject in school?
Probably English.
English? Okay. And what's your plans? I know you're not a senior. Do you have any goal? Well, you mentioned something about postgraduate.
So my senior year, I plan on graduating early, so I'll only participate in the fall semester at Anderson County, and then in January I'll start at TCAT Knoxville for cosmetology. So I'll have my license around the same time I walk the stage for high school.
Wow. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
We got a call. Let's go ahead and take it. The locker room chat, you're on the air.
Hey guys, how are you?
Doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Hey, first thing I want to say is that I think the Anderson County Girls Program is so lucky to have Coach Chris Curtin. He was a former club coach who decided to invest in his community and coach Anderson County. And I can tell you with certainty the job he does there is tremendous. It is like a small college program. So, you know, just hats off to him for what he does and what he does for the kids on the team. Also want to talk, got a question. There's a video out there that shows that number 23 in a foot race with her dad. And in the video, it appears like she wins. But I want to set the record straight that her dad won by a good 2 paces. Thank you. Have a great night.
Thanks so much.
What's that story there, Coach?
That number 23 would be Emma. So, Emma, there's apparently a video floating around that you're in a foot race with your dad, and so, but as the caller just said there, your dad apparently won that race. Is that right?
That actually would be incorrect. I won the race. Mind you, I was way younger than him at the time, and still am way younger than him, and still will beat him in a race, and always will. But he's just a little bit, we'll just say he won for his own sake, but he definitely, we need to have a rematch because he's getting a little too cocky.
A rematch. Maybe we can get that one on an air of some kind.
Your dad, he played soccer in college. I know he used to coach. He knows a lot about it.
I think he played in high school, and he's coached for...
He definitely played in high school here in Oak Ridge.
Oh,
Yeah.
in Oak Ridge.
He played for Oak Ridge High School, and he's coached since I've been born. Like, I've never known my dad not as a soccer coach. Like, he's coached for so long.
I know he did a great job when he was at Clinton. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take another break, and we got 3 more young ladies to chat with, so stick around. You're watching the Locker Room Chat.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring the full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
We should never lose sight of our health. To keep moving forward, let's not forget everything we've learned. Limit the salty food options. Make your own daily exercise routine. And always receive regular checkups. More than anything, we have learned how important these small steps can make a big difference, so we can all continue to move forward together.
Earl Duff Pre-Owned Center in Harriman is East Tennessee's best choice for pre-owned vehicle sales and service. Earl Duff is a name you know and trust, and we have been meeting the automotive needs of Roane and surrounding counties for over 49 years. Shopping with us is easy, and we treat our customers like family. From sales to finance to service, we're your one-stop shop for everything automotive. Don't settle for less with your next pre-owned vehicle purchase. Come to Earl Duff Pre-Owned Center in Harriman or online at duffpreowned.com.
I am Dr. Jan Hahn, and I am running for House District Seat 32. I am a fiscal conservative and a social moderate. You don't take money from people who don't have it, and you don't spend money that you don't have. No government can tell me what I can or cannot do in the privacy of my home. We face common problems and must solve them together. I am a fresh face with new ideas and a different way.
Roan Metals Group has been serving East Tennessee for decades. Locally owned and operated with convenient hours of operation. Roan Metals buys all types of scrap metal. Nothing's too big or too small. Still have that clunker sitting around? We've been buying them for years. Roan Metals Group are specialists in industrial scrap. We have what it takes to get any size job done. Roan Metals urges you to recycle responsibly. Scrap with only licensed dealers. A member of the TSRA and the ISRI. Roan Metals Group. Turn that scrap into cash.
I choose Roan Medical Center because this is where my heart is. My family and friends use Roan Medical Center, and I want everyone that comes through our doors to have an experience that makes them as proud of Roan Medical Center as I am. I'm Nancy Easter, Manager of Materials at Roan Medical Center, and I'm so happy to work for an employer that values me and makes me feel appreciated.
Find out why Roan Medical Center is the best choice for your future in healthcare. Learn more at roanmedicalcenter.com.
Welcome back into Locker Room Chat. We're visiting with the Lady Mavericks soccer team with head coach Chris Curtin. And Coach, you say we want to go with meet Zoe Rose here first?
Yeah, Zoe's a returning sophomore this year and plays midfield for us and does a real good job, and we're excited to have her back.
And Zoe is a sophomore. And Zoe, what was it like playing this year? How'd your season go?
It was pretty good. Well, besides like the running, but like practice running, you know. But other than that, it was a good sophomore season.
Did you play last year?
Yes.
And did you score any goals this year from the midfielder position?
Yeah, but not that many. But that's okay.
That's pretty good. What's some of your hobbies away from the soccer?
I really like to sleep. But nothing really, because I play club soccer too, so I don't really have anything else to do.
Walter?
Do you play any other sports?
No, sir.
Okay. You have any, how long have you been playing soccer?
Since I was 3 years old.
Oh, so you got a tremendous background in that sort of thing. And did you play in the I guess, in back in my time, Optimus League, or the boys club league, of which not boys, but you played in the little leagues as you've come up?
Yes. Sorry. Yes, I did.
Okay. And so you have no other hobbies necessarily. You got 2 more years to play soccer, so you've got it made.
Kinda. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
What would you say some of your strengths are on the soccer field?
Being like physical and aggressive, I guess.
And what's some of the things you need to work on? Have any things, any weaknesses?
Speed. That's
work on your speed.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that hill y'all run.
There's not really words to explain how bad that is.
And,
sorry, Chris, but.
Talk about Coach Curtin. What's one word you would use to describe him?
Can I say that?
Yeah.
Bald. Sorry.
Bald, did you say?
Yes. Yeah.
Bald, okay.
Yeah, Zoe really enjoys reminding me of the fact that I don't have any hair on my head. So. This happened as soon as I started coaching girls soccer.
Oh, yeah.
It all just jumped off my head. It was gone. I had a full head of hair, and the next day it was just poof.
I'd say,
Zoe and her older sister. Her older sister played for me as well, Natalie, and yeah, Natalie had a part in this too.
Talk a little bit about Zoe.
Zoe's a special player. So this year I asked Zoe to do something that she probably, I don't know. Zoe, have you played as a holding mid before? No. I didn't think so. Zoe really took on a role as a defensive midfielder and kind of became a first line of defense for when the opposing team crosses the midfield, and she would be one of the first players to put pressure on the ball. And I really felt like she stepped into that role kind of uncertain at first, didn't really know how she wanted to approach it, but she became she was naturally good at it. And so she's a patient player, but she knows when the time is to step in and aggressively go to ball, and when the time is to kind of hold back and slow things down a little bit and give the rest of the defenders time to recover. And so I think she did a phenomenal job for us there, and so excited to see her doing that moving forward, and then also transitioning into the attack. She becomes a pivotal player in doing that because she'll win the ball near the midfield, and then she can distribute it on into our attacking line and helps create a lot of success there. And so sometimes it's an assist, and sometimes she's a player that starts the chain of events that leads to an assist that leads to the goal. And so I think she did a really, really good job at that.
And Zoe, you'll be a junior next year. You think you have a chance to be one of those captains as a junior?
I mean, maybe, but I just don't know if I could take up that responsibility.
And what's your favorite subject in school? Making good grades?
Yeah. My favorite subject is probably math.
Math? Uh-huh. Okay. All right, let's go to the freshman there. Megan Schock. And it's a pretty interesting last name. I don't believe I know anyone named Schock.
No,
So,
we're out of Ohio.
Out of Ohio? Uh-huh. Did you move into, been here long?
I've been here since I was born, but I wasn't actually born here. I was born in Ohio, and my parents were born and raised there, but they moved here right when I was born. So.
Uh-huh. And I had a question for you. I've lost track. Walter, go ahead.
What's the most important thing to you as a soccer player?
Relationships with teammates. I feel like if you never have a good relationship, you're not gonna connect passes or anything well with them.
And how long have you been playing soccer?
6 years.
Okay, so you've got a good background in soccer. You play any other sports?
No.
And you're, I guess, one of 6 freshmen, so he's got a lot of good players coming up that can play on the varsity as freshmen. That's much a tribute to you. Good job.
That's what I was going to ask you. How did it feel to be a freshman playing? Where did you go to middle school?
I went to 2 different middle schools. I started out as Jack Sparrow, and they never had a soccer team or anything. And I went to Norris and played there, and that was fun. But the freshmen, I didn't know any of the freshmen this year till last year, and I feel like we got more closer this year than we did last year because I actually never really talked to them.
Did you get a lot of playing time this year? On
yeah, it was pretty equal between all the freshmen.
Uh-huh. And, what's it like playing for Coach Kurt?
It's like a roller coaster. It's so fun, and there's something new every day. So.
Keeps it fun.
Yeah.
All right, Coach, talk a little bit about Megan.
So Megan came in as a freshman, obviously, but one of the things that I recognized right away is that Megan and the other freshmen really had a unique connection. There's something special that happened when I would get so we had some injuries this year with some of the other freshmen, but a lot of times if I could get a few of them on the field at the same time, then there was like I said, something kind of magical would just start to happen. And so they've learned each other, their playing styles and their playing habits well enough that they would just play where they knew that that another player was. And so for example, she and Millie Swisher and Olivia Madron really did that pretty well. And so that was always exciting to watch happen, both in the preseason and then throughout the season. So I'm excited to see them continue to grow that and become really as well connected with the rest of the team, and as well as with each other, and then the new freshmen that are coming up next year. So Megan was certainly an integral part of that and helping that to manifest itself on the field.
In middle school, are there soccer programs like at Norris and Clinton or Lake City, or they have?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, so Norris has had a really good season this year. I believe they went undefeated on their regular season, and then just wrapped up their tournament this past week. And so, but most of the middle schools here don't participate in the TMSAA. So in high school it's TSSAA, middle school it's TMSAA. So most of the soccer teams don't play as a school-sanctioned sport, and really that's to the benefit of a lot of the soccer teams. And so the reason for that is because if you're a TMSAA school, you can only play other TMSAA schools. And so a long time ago, I coached at Norris, and so as I learned about how that TMSAA and TSSAA worked, I found out that if I wanted to play as a school, quote-unquote, school-sponsored sport, then we were probably going to be going to Chattanooga or Cumberland Gap for games. And so at Norris, what we had kind of the support of the school, where I could call them and say, hey, these are the announcements. Would you? We won last night, or we've got a game coming up. Would you put that on the announcements? And they were usually pretty good to do that. It was just something that it wasn't exactly school affiliated. So yeah, several of the schools have programs like that. I'm not sure. Megan, was there one at Clinton when you were there? When you were at Norris?
What?
Middle school program. Did you play Clinton Middle School?
No.
Okay. Yeah, so we in years past, what we've done is we've had to, because there weren't enough students at some schools, we've combined like Norris, Lake City, and Clinton together. I don't know if this current year, if there's any of that, any players from Lake City or Clinton that play in Norris, but the league that the middle school participates in allows that kind of co-op between schools.
Yeah, you just don't hear much about middle school soccer, as opposed to softball and volleyball and basketball.
Right. So those are examples of I know with both volleyball and basketball. I'm not sure about softball. It very well may be, but school sponsored. But where they actually participate in the TMSAA. It's just a bit more structured league, but there are some hurdles to going into that.
Yeah. All right, Megan. You would let's pass the mic back down there to Emily. And Emily, you're a goalie. You said that's pretty impressive as a sophomore. What position did you play last year?
I played defensive mid last year.
So you got moved to a goalie.
Yes.
And did you play goalie, I guess, growing up?
Yeah.
In youth leagues?
Yeah, goalkeeper's always been my position. So last year was definitely a big change. Chris threw me in there, and I was like, oh gosh, but it definitely helped a lot.
Gained a lot of experience this year, I bet.
Yes, definitely.
What was the best team you faced this year?
Probably East Hamilton they were definitely an amazing team, but East Hamilton and Livingston Academy, they both were pretty strong.
Put a lot of pressure on you.
They did.
Attacking the net.
Yes.
Walter?
I'd say that you got a whole lot of action as a goalie in that you have to be thinking every second that you're on the field.
Yeah, I do. I really do. It's sometimes in games, it's not exactly like sometimes in games I'll have, not the ball much, and then sometimes it doesn't leave our half. But for me, the biggest thing is I always, I have, my team is working so hard, so when the ball does get down there, that's my main focus, just to be ready to, do my part.
And when they kick the ball, how do they come in that close to you? Are they kicking it and does it ricochet off of your body in some respects, and I know sometimes your feet, but
Yeah.
and you catch it, I guess, sometimes too.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a lot of mental and just thinking about it. Like you got to watch where they're at, and then a lot of times, you know, especially in high school, girls love to play through balls, like through defenders, and so they get a 1v1 where it's just me and the opposing team's girl, and it's a lot of mental about choices of like whether I'm gonna come out and like run towards the girl to try to cut off the angle or just stay in goal. It's definitely a lot of mental stuff.
And do you ever, I don't know if there's a possibility that they would fake you out, or is there a way that you're sometimes out of a position when they get the ball up court towards you?
Yes, definitely. Me and Emma actually, a lot of after practices, we would practice 1v1s, and that would be the thing she was practicing on me, was like faking me out and then like going around me. And with someone like with a speed like her and stuff, it's really hard to stop. A lot of times when, you know, they're coming at you and they can just take a touch and then they're so fast that they can just get around me, and I just don't have time because they know where they're going, but I don't, so it's just reaction time.
Right. Well, good job.
Thank you.
Well, Emily, would you like to throw the ball when you stop a goal? Do you like to throw it, or do you like to kick it out, or does it depend on the situation?
It definitely depends on the situation. I love punting, but Chris, you know, this year he's definitely pushed me more to throw and roll the ball out and kind of work from the back. That's something that I really want to start doing more, because it's just sometimes when I punt the ball, it's in the air and it's hard to control. Like my teammates, it's really hard for them to control. So rolling and throwing, it's a little bit, the ball goes to their feet, and we're really good. We're a passing team, so we work it up the field.
What's some of your hobbies when you're not playing sports?
Really just school takes up a lot of my time for me, and so really just soccer, school, and just anything else I can fit in. Just really school.
What one word would you use to describe Coach Kurt?
Supporting.
Supporting. And talk a little bit about Emily.
So Emily is a special player as well. So Emily, how tall are you?
5'5", 5'6", somewhere in there.
So she's 5'5", 5'6", and so you can imagine her wingspan, like if she spreads her arms out tips to tips on her fingers. Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe that's 5.5 feet, maybe, right? And we're asking her to defend a goal that's 24 feet wide and 8 feet tall. And so to do that, she's got to constantly be adjusting her angle and where she is, her relationship to the ball, her relationship to her line behind her, and then also coordinating the players in front of her, because she's got the best view of the field, right? So she can see more than anybody else on the pitch. And so to communicate all of that, she's a leader on the field, and again, kind of making those micro adjustments where just the difference between a goal and not is maybe just a couple inches. And so she's phenomenal at that. I'm fond of telling her that she's my hero. And in so many ways she really is. Like she gets out there and she gets it done, and she takes it very seriously, as she takes a lot of things really seriously, right? So she's got a great smile, and if you see her, like, you wouldn't know that as much fun as she's having, that she's really serious about a lot of stuff. And so she's super serious about school. So serious about school. It would be hard to imagine that you could say that she's serious about school to a fault, but if there's anybody that's close, it's probably Emily. Mm-hmm. And so she's just great, but she manages to fit it all in somehow, and she gets in extra training, so she's working on being the best goalkeeper that she can be and the best student that she can be, and she's also a great friend to the girls on the team. Mm-hmm. And so it's a joy to have her. She mentioned the punting versus the throwing. There was a point in the season where she was actually kind of suffering through an injury, and she really wasn't able to punt, and so she had to go probably 2 or 3 games where we were it was all throws, and so she got progressively better at that, and it really does help us to maintain possession, and that's really our goal, is to maintain possession until there's a good chance to launch the attack, and then go into that. So.
And Emily, Coach Kurt talked a little bit about really liked school and dedicated to that. And what would you say your favorite subject in school is?
Probably math for me.
Math.
Yeah.
You know what you would like to do later on?
I definitely want to go into the medical field. The medical field, it's just been a big thing for me. Like, my brother, he went into the medical field, and when I was little, like, I would always just, like, I was fascinated by it. And so now it's just kind of my dream.
Okay, Coach, had another player, Elizabeth Trina. Couldn't be here tonight, and I told her mom I'd get you to speak on her a little bit. Talking to school, she's straight A student and had a lot of homework, and she wanted to stay home. Hate to miss the show tonight, but she didn't want to see her grades.
Yeah, we have really the majority of our team will have the academic achievement awards, and I'm sure Elizabeth will receive one of those as well this year. She does. And so, Elizabeth's a returning junior. She played wing for us, so that's one of those midfield positions, and was certainly an integral part of getting things done in the attacking third of the field. Additionally, I would say that she was really helpful in bringing the players together, especially the younger players, as we went into camp. I felt like she stepped up and took that seniority role of being one of the older players on the team, and kind of knowing what the expectation is, and helping to display that or demonstrate that in her own stuff, and then also helping the younger girls to get used to things. So another player that's a joy to have on the team.
I know you're looking forward to having her back.
Absolutely.
So, girls, now we got some speed round questions for you. So, I want all of y'all to answer these really fast. So, we'll start with Victoria down on the end. What's your favorite food?
Definitely fried chicken.
Chicken. Just pass that mic down.
Okay, chicken Alfredo for me.
Canned ravioli.
Lasagna. Spaghetti.
Mexican food.
Chocolate cake with chocolate frosting.
That was my next question. Your favorite dessert?
Chocolate cake.
Snow cones.
Strawberry cheesecake.
Ice cream.
Brownies.
Probably brownies.
And,
or brookies. I don't know.
What about a favorite restaurant?
Aubrey's on Emory.
Wasabi.
My house. I don't.
Connors.
Olive Garden.
La Sierra.
Wasabi.
No. Carolina, what was your favorite toy as a child?
That's kind of hard. I have a twin brother, and my twin brother and I, we used to have these inflatable, like, bouncy ball things that we would, like, go around in the yard and bounce on them, and we'd hit each other with them. So probably that.
When I was little, I was pretty big into, like, the Barbie dolls. So.
I'd have to say probably Barbie dolls too. My dog's toy possum.
Mine's not technically a toy, but I have a twin too, and we used to make these little things in our hands and play in the car with our hands. We called them foo-foos. They're bunnies.
Stuffed animals.
I didn't have a toy, but me and my brothers would get really creative and play like zombies outside, and we'd kill each other and fake zombies.
We play football. Over in across the pond they call it football, but you have an American football team that you like?
Vols. Go Vols.
Go Big Orange. Right.
Definitely Vols.
Vols.
Vols. Florida. Sorry, guys.
Oh, no.
Florida.
Tennessee. I'm going to have to go with James Madison just because that's where I want to go to school.
Oh, that's all right.
And do you have any hidden talents?
Hidden talents. I don't think I have any hidden talents.
I can cook every once in a while. I can sing so good. I don't know if I have any. I actually have two. One is playing the guitar, and the other one is definitely dancing, only on the bus to away games.
Mine's definitely art with Renee. Me and Renee, definitely.
I learned how to belly roll off of Yo Gabba Gabba. And that's a cool talent.
Okay.
I would demonstrate, but I don't think I can show my stomach on live TV.
You have anything you're afraid of? Any phobias?
Clowns and dogs.
Snakes for me.
Heights. Definitely holes.
Planes, cruises, heights, hotels, a lot of things.
Any type of scary movie.
Okay. Girls, if you would now, let's go ahead and give a shout out.
Shout out to my parents who've given me everything, and my grandparents who I think are watching this, and my boyfriend who's my biggest supporter, one of them.
Definitely my parents, my little brother who are watching at home.
Definitely my parents and my sister. Probably my parents, grandparents, and Amy Winley.
Mom, Dad, Ellie, Emily, all my other sisters and brothers.
My parents and grandparents.
My mom, my dad, my grandparents, and my two little brothers, and my two cats at home.
Right. Well, we thank y'all for being here, and enjoy the rest of the school year. And for the ones coming back next year, good luck, and good luck to the seniors going on to college. And,
Thank you.
Coach Curtin, anything you'd like to say before you go here?
Well, thanks a bunch for having us on. We really appreciate it and glad to be back.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, this is a program that we continue to see grow each year, and that's there are a lot of people that are working in a lot of places outside of what we're doing at the high school. So the girls are playing in various leagues, whether it's their middle school league or their local leagues, or the ones that are playing in club situations, club teams around the area. And so soccer as a whole is growing in our area, both for boys and girls. And so that's exciting to watch happen. I've been involved in soccer here for a long time, and to see it continue to grow is a good thing. And so we appreciate you guys helping us to do that tonight and showcase these girls. And so I'm just excited to get started on boys season coming up, and then and get back to coaching the girls again, but at the start of the summer.
So you coach boys too, right?
Yes, yeah. I just started coaching the boys this past season, and so this will be my second season with the boys. And so.
All righty, Coach Curtin. I appreciate you being here and bringing in your student athletes.
Sure thing. Thank you very much. We appreciate you having us.
Okay, we're going to take another break, and we'll be right back. And me and Walter might try to make a few picks on some games coming up. So stick around. You're watching Locker Room Chat.
Football is back, and OAB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OAB Law will come to your defense. Call OAB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
I'm Amanda, one of the RN shift leaders at Rome Medical Center. I love the sense of community that we have here. It's unlike anything I've ever experienced, and that's why I choose Rome Medical Center.
I choose Rome Medical Center because this is where my heart is. My family and friends use Rome Medical Center, and I want everyone that comes through our doors to have an experience that makes them as proud of Rome Medical Center as I am.
Find out why Roan Medical Center is the best choice for your future in healthcare. Learn more at roanmedicalcenter.com.
There's a lot of talk about the risks associated with the COVID-19 vaccine, but the reality is it's safer than being tackled by a Tennessee Titan. Give it a shot. Find a free vaccine appointment today at covid19.tn.gov.
Earl Duff Pre-Owned Center in Harriman is East Tennessee's best choice for pre-owned vehicle sales and service. Earl Duff is a name you know and trust, and we have been meeting the automotive needs of Roan and surrounding counties for over 49 years. Shopping with us is easy, and we treat our customers like family. From sales to finance to service, we're your one-stop shop for everything automotive. Don't settle for less with your next pre-owned vehicle purchase. Come to Earl Duff Pre-Owned Center in Harriman or online at
We're back. Not a lot of time left, but we enjoyed having the Anderson County Lady Maverick soccer team on.
Oh, yes, we certainly did.
Any takeaway for the high school football coming up this week?
Some big games, and I guess some that will help towards the playoffs, but best of luck to our local teams, our 12 teams. A lot of those teams are playing, and go Tennessee against Kentucky. Don't overlook them as they take on Georgia the following week, but remember Kentucky this week.
All right, go Vols. And for Walter Stair, for Chandler in the back, I'm John Williams. See you next week on the Locker Room Chat.